Hi friends, in this video we will see the one problem on convolution sum. So the convolution sum is the method to use the output of the time invariant discrete time system. Okay, if the impulse response of the discrete time system is available. Okay, let us see how this will be solved. Yeah, let me take the example of step 2 rectangle, and that means one thing is step signal and the second one is rectangular signal. Yeah, this is the question here input is rectangular and the impulse response is unit step function. So in this way we need to proceed. So first it's a rectangular signal x of n, and let us see how to draw this rectangular signal. Yeah, this is the definition of basically the unit step function. So unit step function definition is u of n equal to 1 if n is greater than or equal to 0, and it is 0 if n is less than 0. This is in discrete in nature. And u of t, that means it is in continuous in nature. So it is 1 for t greater than 0, 0 for t less than 0. If you can keenly observe here, u of t is not defined at t equal to 0. So that is the case in continuous time signal, and that's not the case with the discrete time signal. It's clearly defined at t at n equal to 0 itself the value is 1. Okay, so please try to keep this point in your mind and then move forward. So now my job is to represent the input signal u of n minus 2 minus u of n minus 5. First, to represent this signal, I need to know what is u of n minus 2. N minus 2 is a unit step signal from 2 onwards. That means here whatever we have written for 0, that should be, yeah, this value should be 2 here. This value is 2, even this value is also 2. So at n equal to 2 onwards, I am getting signal value as 1. Okay, let me show you this part also. Yeah, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. I am going to write u of n minus 2. Yeah, these are the values 1, 2, 3 and so on. So from 2 onwards my value is 0, sorry, my value is 1. Up to 1 my values are zeros, and after from 2 onwards my values are 1. So please try to understand this part very clearly, because from 2 onwards, so at 2 also the value is 1. Okay, so please understand the definition part. It's very important part. Now I need to draw u of n minus 5, of course, which is up to infinity, and u of n minus 5. Yeah, here I need to, so its value is 1 from n equal to 5 onwards. So at n equal to 5 also its value is 1, like this. Now I am going to draw u of n minus 2 minus u of n minus 5. So what will happen? Definitely minus u of n minus 5 means this is the amplitude modulation with minus 1. We can call like that, and then we will add these two. Then what will happen? All the values from 5 onwards will become minus 1. So plus 1 minus 1 will become 0. Or from 5 onwards all the values are, we are subtracting, so 1 minus 1 will be 0. So I will remain with only 3 values. See here, yeah, these values are remaining. That's all other values will be 0. So now this is my final signal of input signal. X of n is equal to u of n minus 2 minus u of n minus 5. So this is my x of n signal. Now let me move to the procedure directly, as h of n is just u of n. So let me move to the procedure directly. The procedure is I need to find x of k, h of n minus k. Yeah, so this is the formula I need to use. So definitely it is y of n is equal to sigma k equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k h of n minus k. So according to this, now my job is to draw x of k and h of n minus k. As we already find we already found the x of n. Now it's very easy to convert it into x of k, simply replacing n with k. Yeah, same thing, 2, 3 and 4, fine, that's it. So this is my x of k. Now how to draw h of n minus k? So this is first h of n minus k. First I need to change n into k, and then I need to shift it to minus k, that means u of minus k, and then I need to shift up to n. Okay, that's the thing. So let me show you. Yeah, these are the final results. So if you are unable to understand these results, so I can explain you. Yes, I can explain you these results. This part, this part, and this part. So these are the this is u of n first of all. So let me take it u of n from n equal to 0 onwards. My values are 1, like this. Okay, all values are 1. So this is what we call as u of k. U of k. Now what will happen? I need to shift, I need to fold it, time fold it, and finally I need to get it as n equal to, I mean u of minus k. If this is u of k and this is my u of minus k, so all values will go like this. So each value will go like this. Yeah, so I can say that this is my u of minus k, but now I need to shift this to up to n. So how can I shift it? That's all. Shift towards left side. So in this way it has come. Okay, in this way it has come. So now I can say that this is u of n minus k, or I can say h of n minus k. Now how we need to proceed further? So for the next proceedings, yeah, now I got x of k and h of n minus k. Now this multiplication is called, or we can say that the product is called an intermediate signal, and that is wk of wn of k. Yeah, this is the intermediate signal. Yeah, here x of k is fixed and this is my variable, I mean n. So these are the things. Now what I need to do, I need to move this part towards right. Okay, I need to move this towards right, then it will come. Okay, let me comfortably explain you here only. Yeah, if this is the case, see, you can easily get it. Yeah, so I am moving it. Please understand this part. I am moving it, moving it, moving it, moving it, and finally multiplication of these two signals should be 0, should be 1. Okay, non-zero, it should be non-zero. For example, if I move my n up to 1, the value of red color one value is 1 at k equal to 1, and what will happen for red color one value is 0, so 1 into 0 will be 0. So I need to move my n up to 2. Okay, even after 2, then only it will be correct, otherwise it's not correct. So up to where I can do it? Up to 4 I can do it, because up to 4, for example, if I do it, I am shifting n equal to 2. Yeah, if I multiply these two, what is the value? Only 1, right? If I shift n equal to 3, what is the value? At n equal to 2 I will get 1, at n equal to 3 I mean at k equal to 2 I will get 1, because 1 into 1 is 1. Here 1 into 1 is 1, here also 1 into 1 is 1. See, 1 into 1, this value will be 1, plus this value will be 1, so finally I get value 2. Similarly, if I get n equal to 4, I value, what is the value? Value is 3. Yeah, if I show, if I move n equal to 5, what will happen? What is the value? Again 3. Next, n equal to 6, what is the value? Again 3. So it is going on up to infinity, because all these values are infinity, and these values are unity only. Understood? You can see this. Yeah, this part. All the values are infinity. So up to infinity, so definitely you will get all values are 1 only. Okay, so all values are 1. So wherever you go, if n goes to infinity also, these values are 3 only. So in that way we have this thing. So please identify this part. This thing is very very important thing. Yeah, so if n equal to 1, so let me open up the cases now. Yeah, if this is n, and if I move forward n, so up to n equal to 2, so it will be like this. So at n equal to 2, definitely it will be this part. Okay, so n equal to 2, what will happen? I can substitute in this way. So it should be k equal to 2 to n. So my value is k equal to 2 to n, and I need to do the summation. Okay, if it is more than 4, what will happen? You just see. Yeah, it is n equal to 3, and it is n equal to 4. If it is more than 4, if n equal to 5, the value is 3 only. If it is n equal to 6, the value is again 3 only. N equal to 7, the value is 3 only. Similarly, wherever you go, if n is greater than 4, its value is 3. Okay, so in this way it will be there. So where equal to should be there, so I will show you where equal to should be there. Definitely, if we will see the same thing here also. See, let me show you. Let me take n equal to 2. So which one I need to get? For example, I need to put 0, or I need to put some value here. N equal to 2. I'm talking about n equal to 2, right? So this is n equal to 2. So what will happen at n equal to 2? I will get value 1 but not 0. So the above value should be like this only, but the second value should be equal to, less than or equal to. So this value should be less than or equal to. Yeah. Now this is correct. So if its value is 2, you will definitely get value, the final value y of n should be 1 in this formula. I think you know this formula. This formula is very simple. If the sigma k equal to 2 to n, if it is 1, what will happen? Upper limit minus lower limit plus 1. So it is n minus 2 plus 1, which is equal to n minus 1. And this formula is from 2 to n only. 2 to n. So in this range only. It should be from 2 to 4. So once it is more than 4, its value will be 3. So that can also be seen. So where we need to put equal to 4. Whether the second case or the third case. Let me see. This is n equal to 3, and this is n equal to 4. If you put n equal to 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. That is also okay. Or if you put n is greater than 4 also, if you put equal to here, that is also okay. So we can do wherever you want. Let me do here only. Both are same. So I am simply checking the intervals. So please try to understand. So how this can be done. That's all. So this is my final thing, and y of n is the final equation is like this. There are three cases here. If n is less than 2, its value is 0. If it is from 2 to 4, its value is n minus 1. If it is more than 4, its value is 3. Simple concept. Okay, that's all. So this is the intermediate signal. I am talking about intermediate signal Wn of k. Now for this we need to substitute sigma. Of course, here in formula base it was already completed. Now we need to draw the figure. Okay, let me make it bigger. Yeah, now the output figure, this is the output signal, I mean output signal formula based thing, and now I need to draw the diagram for this. So how to draw this? Up to 2 the value is 0. So all values will be 0 up to 2. That was not marked here. So up to 2 it will be 0. For 2, so n equal to 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. So its value is 1. For n equal to 3, 3 minus 1. Here, okay, you can see formula here. Based on this formula, you need to draw the figure. Okay. So n equal to 3, 3 minus 1 will be 2. At n equal to 4, 4 minus 1 will be 3. At n equal to 5, same value. That will then it will come to the third level, this part. Yeah. If n is greater than 4, it will be 3. All values will be 3 only, like this. Yeah. In this way, we need to solve the problem. Okay. First, we need to identify x of k and then h of n minus k and then wn of k, simply multiplication of those two, and finally y of n after application of sigma. So this is the convolution sum. So how to solve the convolution sum if two signals are given. And thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for your careful listening, and please like this video and please share this video with your friends and family, and kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please press the bell button so that you will get the notifications whenever I upload any video. Thank you so much.